This morning, Governor Wike lifts 2-month-old curfew. Rivers State Chief Judge advocates for review of state anti-cultism law. President Buhari commends security agencies for dealing with Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho. Kidnappers of Kaduna school children demand food items from school management. On the foreign scene, nuclear talks in jeopardy as Iran produces enriched uranium. I am Ifeemi Andrew. Governor Nyesom Wike has lifted a 2-month-old statewide curfew. Governor, in a statewide broadcast yesterday, said the curfew was lifted due to improved security in the state and in neighboring states. He also said that the state government acknowledges the negative impact of the curfew on business and the social economic well-being of residents.
And as we have severally stated, the curfew is not going to last a day beyond necessary. Consequently, subsequent to the measurable improvements in the security situation in the state, as well as in our neighboring states, we have decided to lift the existing curfew on the entire state from tomorrow, 7th July 2021. While we thank you for your understanding and cooperation during this trying period, we must all remain security conscious and report any suspicious situation to the security agencies for action.
Governor Nyesom Wike also assured that the Rivers State government will continue to deploy resources to ensure the protection of lives and property in the state.
On our part, we will not fail to deploy every resource at our disposal to ensure the safety of lives and property while advancing the well-being of all residents. This is the very reason we are clearing the state of shanties that have become veritable sanctuaries for criminals and criminal activities across the state. Clearly, our actions in this direction are not directed or targeted at any particular person, identity, or group.
Recall that Governor Nyesom Wike on April 28 imposed a statewide curfew following the killings of some security personnel in Ikure, Obiakpo, and Abua local government areas by gunmen. Earlier, Governor Wike rejected plans to avoid electronic transmission of election results in the amendment of the Electoral Act. Governor Wike spoke during the flag-off of the foundation lane of the University of Port Harcourt Convocation Arena yesterday.
2023 is not going to be like 2019. It's not going to be so. INEC knows that they have to be prepared in 2023. And that's why we resist any attempt for anybody to manipulate the amendment of the Electoral Act to say election results will not be transmitted electronically. That will not happen. That will not happen. If you want the vote of the people to count, the result must be transmitted electronically. It must be.
Governor Wike, however, cautioned university lecturers against election rigging when they serve as returning officers in 2023. The governor said the vice-chancellors of federal universities are now appointed on political patronage.
As an alumnus, my business is not to bring politics into the university. My business is to see how I can contribute to the development of my alma mater. It's unfortunate that what Nigeria has turned to today, the appointment of vice-chancellors is not being made, or who will be the one that submit names of returning officers to conduct election. You see so many people struggling to be vice chancellors. If you put me as a vice chancellor, I can assure you, all those who will be returning officers in their state, I will make sure they are loyal to you. Not me one. Not one person. Not one will dare to rig election in Rivers State. Not one person will dare it.
The Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Amadi, has advocated for the review of the state anti-cultism law. Justice Amadi said it will allow magistrate courts handle cultism cases, reducing the number of inmates at the correctional centers. The Chief Judge said this when the Rivers State House Committee on Judiciary paid him a familiarity visit at the Judiciary Complex. The Chief Judge also pleaded for the activation of the multi-court house law to give special courts powers to reduce the number of cases before judges in this state. Correspondent Sebi Ruwari reports that the Chairman House Committee on Judiciary, Solomon Sokolo, in an interview with journalists, assured the willingness of the House to amend the anti-cultism law to allow magistrate courts attend to cultism cases in the state.
If you look at it, especially with what we are having in this country, where somebody just looks at you and decides to victimize you and then say you're a cultist, knowing very, very well that you're not going to get out of it because the magistrate courts do not have jurisdiction over it. So when you now cloak the magistrate courts with that requisite jurisdiction, you will now find out that the magistrate courts will now be able to dispense of those cases. So it is quite pertinent, and it's something that we will not turn a blind eye to, especially that is where we need to amend the cultism law.
A bill to alter the constitution to allow for the creation of state police and other state government security agencies has passed second reading in the House of Representatives. The bill seeks to move the legislation of policing from the House exclusive to the concurrent list. The bill was sponsored by Onofiof Luke, representing Etino and Setebom and Sit Ubiam Federal Constituency. During the debate, the lawmaker said the bill would enhance security in the country. President Muhammadu Buhari has commended security and intelligence agencies for their work in arresting secessionist leader Nnamdi Kanu and raiding the home of Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Igboho. The president, in a statement, said the security agencies demonstrated skill and secrecy in carrying out their missions. He said IPOB got funding from illicit criminal activities, and the arrest of its leaders has brought peace in communities in the southeast. He also said the Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho has been conducting acts of terror under the guise of protecting fellow kinsmen. Gunmen who abducted some students of the Bethel Baptist High School, Damishi, are demanding foodstuff from the school management. The total number of students being held by bandits has increased to 348, with the latest adoption of 121 students in Kaduna State. It was learned that the hoodlums asked for food items such as rice, beans, seasoning and oil to feed the students. Still ahead, traditional rulers of oil minerals producing communities reject 3% oil revenue to host communities. Stay tuned. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has constituted a 7-member committee to harmonize the different versions of the petroleum industry bill passed by both chambers of the National Assembly last week. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, also constituted a conference committee to harmonize the PIB with the Senate. The Senate President said the conference committee will start sitting immediately so that the National Assembly could transmit the harmonized bill to the President. Most prominent among the clauses to be harmonized is the royalty to host communities in the petroleum sector. While the Senate approved 3%, the House passed 5%. The traditional rulers of oil minerals producing communities of Nigeria, TrumpCon, River State Chapter, has rejected 3% fund to oil producing communities as proposed by the Senate in the recent petroleum industry bill. Chairman of TrumpCon in the state and Onyeisi Aguru of Igbo Kingdom, His Royal Majesty King Dr. Samuel Amechi, who made the position of the body known in a statement, said that the proposed 3% cannot make the desired developmental impact on the oil-producing communities who have suffered several decades of marginalization, deprivation, and damages. King Amechi expressed support to the position of Southern Governors Forum, suffered for the exploration and urged government steps that could stir up crisis in the Niger Delta. The executive chairman of Achie local government area, Obinna Anyanwu, has approved the first appointments of political aides in his as his chief staff, Gift Anyale Bechi as secretary to council, Prince Onyeche as chief security officer, and Robinson Olwo as chief press secretary to the council. The Achie council chairman also appointed Kingsley Nwayanwu as his executive assistant, Cyril Nweke as chief protocol officer, Charles Omesurum as legal advisor, and Ugochukwu Nwoko as special assistant on new media. The Revenue Committee will be chaired by Teslin Agbagbo, while other members include Joshua Unduka, Alois Amambe, Moses Owankwo, Ima Otamiri, and Onwala Johnson Jr. The statement directed the new aides to be at the council secretariat in Okehi by 10 a.m. on Thursday for inauguration.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
International Atomic Energy Agency says Iran has begun the process of producing enriched uranium metal, which could help it develop a nuclear weapon. However, Iran said the process was to develop fuel for a research reactor. British, French, and German officials said the move could threaten talks to revive the abandoned 2015 nuclear deal. The deal, known formally as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, imposed restrictions on Iran's nuclear program. In return, the US and European signatories will lift economic sanctions on Iran. On the news this morning, you heard that Governor Nyesom Wike has lifted the 2-month-old curfew in the state. Rivers State Chief Judge is advocating for the review of the state anti-cultism law. President Buhari has commended security agencies for the dealing with Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho. Kidnappers of Kaduna school children are demanding food items from school management. On the foreign scene, you heard that nuclear talks are in jeopardy after Iran produced enriched uranium. The news was edited by Martha Okeri. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. I am Ifeimi Andrew. Thank you for listening and have a great day ahead.